Hello everyone! This Brazilian Miku trend still has me in its clutches, so of course I was hyped when I saw that other artists are drawing other characters in a similar style. Naturally, I started thinking about who I should draw, and Frye from Splatoon 3 popped into my head. I always thought she and Big Man were supposed to be Brazilian, but turns out that Frye is actually Indian? I mean, technically these guys are part of an entirely different species, and therefore aren't from any of our countries, but you know what I mean. They are clearly inspired by human cultures. But that doesn't matter. Let's get into the main part of the video, which is the speed paint. Like I mentioned in my last video, I had some technical difficulties, and that is why I had trouble recording the sketch. So here we are starting with the line art as well. Drawing Frye didn't take as long as I thought it would, maybe because I approached her more like a human character instead of the more stylized Splatoon designs. I thought about drawing her like that, but I knew that it most likely would not end well. After all, I was already worried about the drawing since Frye has a, let's say, special forehead. I thought this wouldn't translate well into my style, but I think it worked out kinda fine. To be honest, I'm pretty proud of myself on how fast I was able to finish this. While drawing, I sort of fell into this workflow where you don't even know how much time has passed, and then when you realize, you think, oh god, this whole time I didn't even drink anything. I like this flow state, and if you are an artist, you most likely have experienced this before. But let this be your reminder to drink enough water and take care of yourself. Anyway, I was able to finish this drawing in 4 hours and I had a lot of fun drawing it. Since I skipped the football stuff in my Brazilian Miku drawing, I gave Frye the iconic 2002 Brazil jersey, specifically Ronaldinho's number 11. The pose was obviously inspired by him as well. I used the symmetry tool for the logo because it was a bit tricky and previous attempts just weren't cutting it. I kept the bottom half similar to Miku's design, but gave Frye abs because why not? It looks cool. And this was actually the first time I was able to draw abs on a character and not make it look so terrible. Then it was time for the base colors, which were really easy to choose. However, at this point I wasn't really sure what I was going to do with the background. I just knew that I wanted to keep it simple because it's a silly drawing. For now I just put down a random shade of green so I could choose the colors and then make my decision. After all, I needed to decide on the colors for Frye first, and when I was done with that, I immediately got rid of the colored background and started shading the eyes. As I was doing that, I figured out that I wanted to copy the drawing and put it as the background. I know that sounds strange, but when you see the finished version, I'm sure you know what I mean. By now, I realized that I completely forgot about the purple parts on her hands, hair, and eyes. I can't believe I almost made such a big mistake. After that came the skin though, which I was pretty happy with actually. I've mentioned before that I have trouble choosing colors for the skin, but this turned out pretty well in my opinion. Finally, it doesn't look grey or unfitting, which makes me really happy. As I was shading the pants and adding details to them, I realized that I was now pretty much done with this drawing. I was surprised how little time this took compared to my other drawings. Like I said, I just kind of fell into this flow state. Lastly, I had to put some highlights onto the skin, because I wanted especially the abs to really pop. I mean, what can I say? I was a little proud of them actually. However, I did feel like there were some harsher highlights needed here to emulate the Splatoon style, where everything just looks so glossy and pretty. If you've played the games, I'm sure you know what I mean by that. And that was it. As you can see, I put my watermark on the image and added the figure zoomed in the background with reduced opacity. It's a quick way to make the background feel less bland in drawings, where you don't really need to make an elaborate background. What do you think? If you're enjoying my content and want to support what I do, consider checking out my Patreon. By signing up, you will help me create more videos like this. And you'll also get access to behind the scenes content, early access to my videos, and exclusive art. Every bit of support means the world to me, and helps me grow as an artist and creator. Links to my Patreon are in the description. And if that's not your thing, a simple like or sub will also greatly support me. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Take care!